My name is Brad Micklin. I'm the attorney and managing member of the Micklin Law Group, which is a law firm concentrated in men's and fathers' rights in divorce, custody, and family law issues, with offices in Nutley and Montclair, New Jersey. This video is part of my daily tip where I try to take a small, important issue that I find that either clients are often faced with or that I see repeatedly come up in divorce and family law matters in New Jersey. Today's tip is about the enforcement of a foreign divorce judgment. And by that, just so that it's clear, what I mean is if you or your spouse live in New Jersey, but you go to a different country, get divorced, come back to New Jersey and ask New Jersey to enforce and recognize that judgment that you got elsewhere. It happens generally in two different circumstances. One is where the parties were either married in the country and came later to New Jersey to live, or they're from that country originally and they return there to get a divorce. And then the second most common is just people go somewhere like Dominican Republic, for instance, because they understand that the process is expedited and they can get a divorce quickly, even though they have no true connection to that country. What I'm about to say about both of them will apply equally to both of them because it's about New Jersey law, not the jurisdiction necessarily where the divorce is granted. There has to be essentially there's two issues to realize. First is New Jersey will only recognize a divorce from another country if that divorce judgment conforms to our law and sense of fairness. And I know fairness is a general term, it's hard to define, but essentially there has to be two components. One is there has to be due process, which means there had to be notice to the other party and they had to have had a reasonable opportunity to respond. For instance, I had a client just yesterday come in. He was divorced in Africa but lives in New Jersey. The process there was that the court notifies her family and they get a chance to respond. And I told him that's not going to comply with due process because she had to be on notice. The second part is it has to be fair. It has to resolve all the issues of the divorce and be fair, even though that's a hard term to define. Now, in some cases, the court will still recognize the divorce judgment if it had due process, let's say, but it wasn't fair. So part of it's matched, part of it isn't. The court will recognize the divorce judgment, but they will what's called bifurcate the other issues, meaning they'll separate and still allow issues about alimony, child support, and distribution of assets and debts to be decided in a New Jersey forum. So they'll say that you are divorced, but we're going to resolve these financial issues because otherwise it would be unfair. And that's generally the problem I see, is that more often than not, people that are obtaining these foreign judgments are doing it without any resolution of any issues whatsoever. And that's simply not going to be recognized, at least to the extent that they're going to resolve the legal issues here. I hope this helps you. If you did find it helpful, do me a favor and like and share the video so that others get to see it. I will not be doing a tip tomorrow. I know you're going to be crushed about that, but I should be back on Monday. So before that time comes, if you need anything, you can always call me at my office, 973-562-0100, or you can email me at brad@micklinlawgroup.com. Have a good night.